Good evening, everyone. Yet again here on another Friday Night Live, hanging out with the Page crew on a Friday evening here as we enter into the mid section of the month of May 2026. I am joined as ever by Jen Cash, the Blind Bard, Ron, and standing in for Ed this evening is our favorite third-tier artist, Mr. Chetman. Good evening, all.
Hello.
How's
How you
everyone
doing,
doing?
Everyone, hopefully everyone's doing well.
All right.
I'm trying to keep my own stress levels in check. It's quite honestly the worst month of the year for me. May is an absolute, like flood fest, trying to drink out of a fire hose at work. Everybody needs everything, standardized testing. The kids are rammy,
But you
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
get con crud at EcclesiaCon.
No, because Chet, I when I went to the bathroom, I washed my hands. That's
Yeah,
why.
yeah.
That's why.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
Uh,
you don't have to
yeah.
wash your hands when you go to the after you go to the bathroom if you don't pee on your hands, Phil.
Ew.
Hey, yeah,
Everyone has to wash their hands.
that's right. Yeah. Well, Chet, it sounds like you're better. Whatever you got, are you over it?
Yeah, I'm pretty much over it. I have a little bit of that raspiness left, but
Was it? Did you have the window rolled down the whole time back to Connecticut? Was it? Was it the cool air?
no, I had the AC blowing when I went back. I'm hot all the time, man.
Okay, that's right. We talked about the fact that you
Yeah.
used to, or perhaps you still do, wear shorts year round.
Yeah.
I wish I had that problem. I'm always cold.
Hmm.
Yeah, can we let's stop beating up on EcclesiaCon. You don't know you got con crud from EcclesiaCon. It could have been left over from Rising Phoenix.
I don't know. The window was probably. I could have got it on the way down. I could have got it, at the gas station or something. I mean, it's possible.
And yeah, who knows? Yeah, right. Yeah, there's many possibilities. Oh, Wawa toilet seat.
Yeah.
You never know.
I got to stop licking those toilet seats at Wawa.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well,
You know who didn't get con crud at EcclesiaCon
You?
other than me and Jen?
I didn't get it.
Yeah, you know who else didn't get it?
Who didn't get it?
Neil didn't get it.
Neil didn't get it, no, but
Neil's got it though. Look at that.
He's got something.
ants in his pants.
They hit
Yeah.
the hip and shake.
Yeah, right. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I mean, I was sitting a few short feet away when Ron was running that game. And if folks that don't know, Ron was running his adventure that he wrote, Tomb of the Ancient War King, and our friend Neil was in that game. I don't know if he was portraying a character or why he just got really excited about a role or why he even did that.
He got very excited because his bard met a very famous bard, and he was excited to meet him.
And that
And
was
he
his
was
reaction.
also voted the top player at the table.
He was.
Oh, very nice.
That's awesome.
He did an amazing job role playing. That was his first time playing first edition D&D. Well, it was really second edition, but
Now,
same difference.
Now, Chet, that was the first time you actually received an Artist of the Year award at a convention as well, isn't it?
Like a physical award.
Moving on.
Stop ragging on Chet.
I'm not ragging on Chet. It's not Chet.
He's stirring the pot up.
Oh,
Anyway,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't have received it if I left halfway during the convention like some people do.
I did. I left early. I left early. I'll admit it. I left Rising Phoenix early.
Excuse me.
I think I had enough. There was a lot going on there. I'd had enough, and our chat's hopping. We got Michael Doherty in the chat. We've got Ed Lopez, who we'll be seeing next week. I'm really excited to get back into our Walking Dead campaign that we've got going on.
Oh,
We've got Zane McGowan. We
It's
have
amazing.
the Plague Bringer and the Egg Thief. Wes Allen is here.
212 crew.
Troy Allman from Cannonball Publishing, our good friend there. Can't say enough good things about Troy, and we got quite a few people. Brian Keena's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice.
Brian Keena's there. So
yeah, but who got beat up at the auction repeatedly.
He's got that brigantine money, baby. Oh, and Michael Pastor's with us. Yeah, we have a full house checking in tonight.
It's is it the Chet effect? Is that what it is?
It must be.
I think it is, or it could be.
Or maybe it's our special guest.
It could
Yeah,
be,
or
it
that.
It could be the Hambone effect. You never know.
Oh yeah.
Hambone. And speaking of Hambone,
hey,
Joe Buddy Hambone here. How's everyone doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing great, thank you. Doing good. Good to see everybody again. Happy to be back on the show. Thank you for having me. And Chet, I want you to know, I don't understand what the nuance is or what the rib is, but if you didn't win a Lifetime Achievement Award, I want you to know you're never going to be a third-tier artist in my book.
Okay.
Big fan of Chet Mitten.
Sounds good.
No. He's a first-tier artist in my book.
Was he saying
checks in the mail?
He won't treat you like a third-tier artist in one of his books? Or you just won't be in one of his books. It could be one or the other,
Chet's on the Avengers A team, baby. He's he's Monday Night Raw. He's not.
Look at.
Hey, Wes.
Let's hold on a minute.
What are you up to?
What are you doing, Ron?
Look at the carefully cropped beard on Chet tonight. Sculpted and molded. It's quite nice.
And washed.
He's styling.
Now I can't get back. I got what's
going on?
The
chatting with Chet show.
Yeah,
there it is. Okay, I figured it out. Technology is hard when you're closing in on 60 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
So Hambone.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what you've got going on right now.
Yeah, I'm currently running a crowdfunding campaign on BackerKit. We're doing what we call a dark double feature designed for use with Shadow Dark RPG. 2 great flavors of horror for one killer system. Of a Harmonious Nature is more folk horror in the A24 cinematic style, but through the lens of Hammer horror. And Nothing Left to Lose is a legit dungeon crawl. I liken it to Saw and H.H. Holmes' Murder Castle. So both very, very fun. Both have very good stories. Of a Harmonious Nature is more of a traditional module. Nothing Left to Lose is more of a dungeon crawl that's going to have some really fun charts in there too. And we're super excited about it. We're fully funded. We made a totally cool mini of the big guy with the scissors you can see on the screen named Praster Vem. And we got a lot of cool stuff in store as we go, and we're rounding out. I think we got like 14 days left.
Okay, so you had me at Hammer Horror.
Thank you.
How is there? Are there any Ingrid Pitt or Caroline Munro or?
Oh, definitely.
Or Pippa Steele sightings. If there are, I'm totally in.
Yeah, they are some of the stylized women that you'll see around the town's called Scrogston. And they're always the ones that are going to tell you something bad is happening. The women came and took my grandchild. There's something happening in the well, Timmy. It's a very bad scene. It's very focused on religious horror, and the perception that the understanding that people can start to believe in something, and then that belief runs wild and can often sour a place or a group of people. So when you arrive in town to try to figure out what's going on, you really see the effects of being too open to or too loose with what you're willing to believe when it comes to gods and deities and stuff like that. So it's a very dangerous module. It has some very dark themes to it, but overall the story is awesome. I've been running it for people left and right, and people have been having a great time playing it. It definitely kind of defies what their expectation is for a typical Shadow Dark adventure, but it's very, very much still rooted in what Shadow Dark is and the thing that makes Shadow Dark great.
I heard great things about it tonight. In fact, as I think our viewers know, I often am running a D&D game on Friday nights, usually every other week. And our game was tonight, and John Centillis, who played in your game at EcclesiaCon,
awesome.
Was saying great things about it
it's
tonight.
Great. Thank you. Thanks,
yeah.
John.
Yeah. So, team, what questions do we have for John? And of course, he's going to be with us the whole program. But what questions do we have for John before we bring in our next guest and start the battle royale?
Yeah, why did you choose backer kit versus Kickstarter? I'm just curious as someone.
It's a great question.
That's a great question, Chad. So I think a couple of years back, I would say I was seeing a lot of people putting a lot of energy behind using backer kit, and it seemed like backer kit was willing to do more to work with the people to give them a better experience. Like, and nothing against Kickstarter. Anytime I've ever reached out to Kickstarter and need help with something, they were able to help me. But backer kit is a little more proactive in that, where you will set up your page, for instance, and then before their review process isn't just like, okay, it's cool, you're good to go. Their review process is like, hey, this is good, but here's what you could do to make it better. Oh. So they often have their people telling you like, hey, if you do this, this, and this will work better. Or like, hey, you actually did that wrong, and that's going to negatively affect you because when you thought you did an early bird special, it should have just been an add-on that they would have gotten. It would have went off. So you would end up having to give like twice as much. So I really did appreciate that. The foot traffic is not as organic as it is on Kickstarter. And I think Kickstarter is now also trying to kind of catch up to that. I don't want to call it boutique, but a little more hands-on interaction between the staff and the people who are running the campaigns. But yeah, I mean,
but you have a steady audience anyway, so
yeah. But you can't look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to organic foot traffic. Yeah. That's why I always tell people when people like are getting their feet wet in the hobby and they're like, what should we do? I was like, you always make sure you have your titles on Drive Through RPG, because you're leaving money on the table if you don't, because that's where have your stuff on itch too, but people go to Drive Through RPG to get PDFs of RPGs. That's the big game in town. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do next. I think we haven't decided which we're gonna stay on backer kit. We're gonna bounce back to Kickstarter for something, but a lot of people I know have been migrating over to backer kit. So
and it's surprising that backer kit is not as known for TTRPGs as Kickstarter. I've heard the same thing from a lot of different people, so I don't know. It seems like it should be more organic.
So that's a great point as well. One thing I'll tell you is that they were known as a fulfillment company and kind of a back of the house for Kickstarter, right? And then they started moving towards their own. Hey, we're just going to do what Kickstarter does, and we have the infrastructure already for the back end for fulfillment and everything else that you need to get the job done. So yeah, they do have the name recognition, but not as much as Kickstarter does, because Kickstarter's been around for 2003, 4 maybe.
It's been over 20 years.
Yeah, and then Backer Kit has been around, I think, since like 2012. They didn't really start doing the crowdfunding thing until like
Only 3 years ago, maybe.
A couple years, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the comments in the chat, Michael Doherty's asking, since it sounds like my adventure is so religiously oriented, do you have any favorite gods from fantasy and why? That's actually a great question. I mean, for me, like I always like seeing different iterations of Zeus, and Hermes, and things like that. More like traditional Greek pantheon type stuff, because I think with fantasy, like TTRPG type gods, they often don't have that robustness that, like, they don't have the brand recognition, like Palor or whatever. So. Yeah, I am more inclined to think of, like, Ares, things like that. Things I would have seen in Zeta Warrior Princess.
I can appreciate that because the TTRPG gods don't feel as real as, say, like Athena or any of those,
Right. And I mean, we've also, in movies and in books, we've seen ordinary folks or demigods quest against or quest for the gods of Mount Olympus, where, like, you're rolling up on a god in, like, D&D, maybe you should have just stayed home that day. I don't know. But yeah, in Of a Harmonious Nature, the character of Praster Vem is a demon, and a demon working on ascending to godhood. And that's why, one of the reasons why you're in town, you find out later on you're there to stop it, because if it ascends to godhood, people got a lot bigger problems. And thanks for the question, Michael Doherty.
We have a comment from our friend Brian Shutter. Kickstarter is name recognition like Band-Aid does.
Yeah. It's like GM versus DM kind of a thing. People say, how's your Kickstarter doing? Oh, it's doing great on Backer Kit.
Yeah.
We've got Michael Pastor says Backer Kit is courting the RPG space since MCDM's launch of Draw Steel.
Yeah.
And, I'm going to give away a little inside baseball. I can tell you they heavily courted Professor Dungeon Master to be the engine for his launch of Deathbringer.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Like, they're dedicating a full-time person just to help with his campaign.
I mean, but that's realistically, that's what you should be doing if you're trying to bring in a campaign that's going to bring in millions upon millions of dollars. It's not like not that I think it shouldn't be equitable and people should all get really nice treatment when you're working with the company, but there's definitely a difference between, like, I'm bringing in $5,000 and this dude's bringing in $5 million. Like, they might need a little more special attention than I do.
Yeah. I mean, to Michael's point, I mean, MCDM now exclusively uses Backer Kit for their crowdfunding projects. Like, they're working on Crows right now. James Introcaso is working on that, and they'll launch that, I'm sure, in the next year or so, and that'll
Concoction special guest James.
That's right.
Introcaso. Yes.
Concoction special guest James Introcaso and Page special guest James Introcaso.
Well, we've got a few special guests on here. We've got Hambone's coming to Concoction.
Yeah, I'll be down there Saturday.
Yeah, he'll be there Saturday, and Chet will be there. Chet, of course, is a special guest, and Jen.
She's taking a drink.
All right. Okay.
I told you I would go if I could. And next year I'll be there for sure.
Your mic's not working. I can't hear you.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure everyone else can hear me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring on our second guest tonight. And it is our friend, if I can get him on here, Dave Townsend of
Dave.
I'm going to pronounce it. I'm going to butcher this. Chet, help me out.
Akuna Katahdin.
Katahdin Con.
Yes.
He's starting a new convention called Katahdin Con up in Maine. I know at least 2 people on this program tonight are special guests, at least 2.
Yes.
And I'm looking forward to going to Maine in October because I would like to go to somebody else's convention where there's a chance for snow.
Well, hopefully we don't have snow in October. We have before, but I'm hoping we don't. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm pretty excited to be on. I haven't been like online showing my face much lately.
Well, unfortunately, Ron just cursed your con with snow, so
Oh,
Listen.
don't say that.
Listen,
We're driving up from New Hampshire.
We're 3 for 3 in snow events at Page.
Yeah.
And it never snows in Philadelphia, it seems like. But when Page comes around,
Every time.
expect 2 days of snow.
Because it's January. You picked the snowiest month.
Yeah.
And I did that with a reason. If you saw the recent video I did with West Allen, why we're in January, why we run on that particular weekend, it matters. There's a reason. And it's just,
I saw Ron. I was there.
you were there. Yeah. So,
Michael Doherty in chat just said it hasn't snowed since Halloween when he was 10. And that's actually, we got a big old snowstorm probably about 8 years ago on Halloween. And it was more than that. It was even longer. Geez, probably 12 years ago. And it knocked out like all the power and everything. It was crazy.
that was that ice storm, right? That hit all of New England.
Oh, 2008.
Me too.
That was awful.
Yeah, we got it here. Yeah, PA too. It was horrible. It was bad.
Yeah, I mean, last time I was at Page, I was staying over in Pennsylvania at the casino in Valley Forge, and it was crazy because the last time it wasn't that bad, but all my tires went flat, so
Oh
they were
no!
kind of party.
You should have seen us trying to load the trailer at Page this year.
Oh man!
Middle of like a raging snowstorm.
year before, I took a header loading the trailer in the snow.
Yeah,
I did. But tell us about Katahdin Con. Why? Tell us the reason you want to run a convention and what we can expect up there.
All right. Well, first, it's October 24th and 25th of this year. It's a Saturday and Sunday event. Why am I doing it? There's actually 3 reasons. One, Southern Maine doesn't really, or Maine in general, doesn't really have like a larger scale just gaming tournament. We have anime conventions that have some gaming. We have comic conventions that have some gaming and some smaller cons. And I was just like, I want to run one. I used to run a lot of disc golf tournaments and other events. And I just want to the other reason is I want to see what I've still got left in the tank for running events, so to speak. And the third and final reason is my brother is the one that got me into gaming. And I think this would have been like the natural progression if he were still with us, that we would have gone from doing the YouTube show that I do with Games with Dave to doing something like a convention. Mm-hmm. So kind of in his honor of carry on his spirit and whatever too at the same time.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. But as far as the con itself, we've got about 14,000 square feet of space for gaming and vendors to go into, or for gamers and vendors to be in. Got about 26 vendors signed up so far, about 15 special guests, some of present company included. And I did the math today, and we should be able to host about 210 games over the weekend.
Nice.
Wow.
With the table space that we have. And yeah, I'm super excited. Badges and GM game submissions go live tomorrow at noon on Tabletop Events.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah,
because I want to play. I want to play Ironbound.
Nice. That would be fun. Yeah, I've got so much going on that, and as I was saying before we went live and everything, I've freed up a lot of my schedule now, and I'm going to be able to put a lot more focus in the final 6 months leading up to the con on the con, and hopefully really grow it. I want to get, my hope is between 500 and 600 people for the weekend. So yeah, that's what I'm shooting for.
So
Nice.
are you going to aim for a just a 2-day con normally going forward, or what are your thoughts?
No, I actually, going forward, I want to extend it to 3 or 4 days as time progresses.
Sure, yeah.
There's another large room in the hotel that I was unable to get. That's about another 10 or 14,000 square feet. I can't remember the exact size. There's also another facility about a half a block away with 20,000 square feet of space. And eventually I'd like to get all of them just tied into one big con. So we'll see if I can pull it off. I have faith that I can.
Well, that sounds like a good plan that, you're set up to expand, and that's good. That's excellent planning.
And I think as you're building this, and after the first year, you're gonna have people coming forward to help you and wanting to be a part of it, just like with Paige.
I actually already have. I mean, Ron has offered to help and has advised me on several things. I've got to make use of his internal database of knowledge a little bit more. And then also Josh Yoder has come on to help me manage games, and Meg O'Malley has come on to help me with sponsorships and marketing. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm slowly building a team here, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm like really excited to have the time free up and be able to put a lot more attention on the con, because I really want this to be something that makes an impact on people, so.
Do you have a Facebook group?
Of course, Meg O'Malley used, for those who don't know, used to work for Gamma and was a section organizer at Origins. So, that's a big get.
Yeah, she's awesome. Yoder's awesome. I can't praise the two of them enough. And I'm sorry, Jen, you had a question?
Yeah. Do you have a Facebook group?
I have a Facebook page. Here, let me see if I can pull it up without closing the screen. And what did I just do? There we go. Give me 1 second here, and I can drop it in the chat, because I only gave Ron I have a page and a group that hasn't really. Sorry, give me 1 second. Here we go. And there, but it's just facebook.com Katahdin GameCon, and you can join there. Updates are going to become a lot more frequent, and yeah.
Great.
That's good, man. Good for you, bud.
Thanks. It's been a interesting learning experience, and I actually watched a video today that Wes and Ron put up about So You Want to Run a Con, and there were so many great pointers in that, and things that like Ron had mentioned to me when I first had this harebrained idea. And yeah, if you have any ambition to run a con, you need to go watch this video. So
well, I appreciate the kind words. Let's see how good the advice is in October. An ode to orange juice is only as good as the pulp it contains, right? So
right.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to running up there and being there for the show, and I'm going to be running events for you, and I'm looking forward to auctioneering your auctions. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a really good time, and I hope everybody loves it as much. Like, it's going to be a darn good time. I don't know your language usage on here, but
I don't think you're supposed to say the F word, but I think everything else is fine.
Yeah,
all right.
It's PG. We're PG-13. I mean, the last time Hambone was on here, he went topless for a little bit of the program. So
it was a tasteful nude. I did it one time,
and the ratings went up.
They did go up.
Chet said he was going to paint me like one of his French girls. I held that pose for a very long time.
I could have sworn there was a picture of Chet on a couch somewhere, posing ever so gracefully.
Okay, I gotta know.
Oh, did you take a picture of me when I was sleeping at your house, you jerks?
Oh, no. This is a classic.
What games are you guys running so I can sign up for them tomorrow?
No, you can't sign up for games tomorrow. Game submissions start tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, when do the submissions when do the games go live so we can sign up?
The one thing I didn't write down, I'd actually give me 1 second to look here.
Because I'm not missing your game again, Ron.
But you're missing my game convention in the end of May.
Yeah, I'm going to ModCon instead.
Well, that's fine. Go to ModCon. They need the people, obviously. Look, Hambone's here. Hambone's coming to Concoction.
I'll be there next year. I promise.
He doesn't know what he doesn't know that it's pork roll.
Listen, we're not doing that, Ron. We're not. Suddenly I'm getting sweaty.
What is it, Phil?
What do I think it is?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not from New Jersey, but anytime I've ever referred to it, it's pork roll. But I do also know about the controversy with regard to Southern versus Northern Jersey and Taylor ham versus pork roll.
Taylor ham.
And I don't know what they call it in New Brunswick.
Yeah, you have to get the fat truck. See what they say.
That's right.
Yeah, listen. I mean, that's the one thing I will say though. Speaking of conventions, ever since since Paige came along, it's been kind of an embarrassment of riches for people in the tri-state area and conventions. And there are a ton of great conventions coming up. Now that we have Paige and Concoction, that is another. Oh, see, I'm about to put Ron over real good, and now all of a sudden, oh my God, holy shit. Yeah, I can't unsee that. That's
Chet, any comment?
It's gonna haunt me.
Yeah, that was a Photoshop done by Matt Roberts from Ye Old Tavern.
All right. So anyway, go ahead. Tell me more about my eyes, Hambo.
So what I was going to say was, since Paige came along, it's been kind of an embarrassment of riches. And this month alone, we just had Wes's convention. Please, shout out to Wes. That was an awesome time. Concoction for those those down in this area, tri-state area. Concoction is going to be a blast. If you're up in the New England area, ModCon is going to be awesome too, because it's a concept that not a lot of people often do, where it's just new games, and that's exciting to have the ability to play just new games and new independent games and things that maybe you wouldn't normally get to play at other conventions. And then you have down at Game Face down in Baltimore the week before, which is Justin Soroyce's convention, which is an insane convention. And then if you are not able to get out of the house, you can rock and roll me and Brian Shutter that same weekend on NeonCon 3D. So there's so many different flavors of games and great gaming experiences happening right now, where years ago, I'd have to start heading west to go to Indianapolis to hit a game convention, or it just wasn't heard of. The closest thing we got was there was a moment when 5E first started coming around, and they had one section of the old Javits Center in New York, an airplane hangar, with people playing RPGs during Comic-Con. And then they realized that was too much space to be given up prime real estate, and that was the last time they ever did it. So yeah, man, lots of great conventions this weekend. I made a video putting everybody over. Definitely go to a convention.
I think we're spoiled in the section of the United States that we live. I mean, from Baltimore up to Maine, I mean, we have so many choices. So I've spoken to other people in the Midwest, and they have a couple cons here or there, and unless it's a comic book convention, there's just not enough RPG conventions.
Yeah. But I did give an example last week of the weekend of Rising Phoenix Game Con and the number of conventions that ran nationally that market themselves to a wider audience, right? They're not just, a little local regional game convention. They're trying to market out to the US. And you had Rising Phoenix, you had Dave Con, you had Connington, you had the Midwest Gaming Classic, and you had Wizard Con for whatever the hell that's worth. Okay. They were all running the same weekend, and they all impacted each other. Even though I'm sure they don't think they impacted each other, people had to make decisions. And that is something we want to avoid as convention runners. We want to give everybody a little bit of breathing space so everybody can be successful. There's room for everybody in the marketplace, just not the same weekend as one another.
It's hard though when you try to link it up to a holiday weekend, or like when kids are out of school and such. There's high competition for certain weeks.
I guess, but are you losing more people not being on a holiday weekend than you are when 20 gamers that might go to your convention end up going to another convention and reach? 20 gamers for a startup convention is like a make or break. It really is. Like 20 badges really makes a difference. And it also makes a difference in your vendor room, et cetera, et cetera. And there just has to be a little more planning on the schedule. And, I sort of referred to this when we talked about January. Like, I don't want to be in January in Philadelphia, but I also don't want to be on top of Gamehole Con, and I don't want to be on top of Gary Con, and I don't want to be on top of North Texas, because it's the same customer base. It's the same people going to each of those shows. Yeah. And you don't want to lose 50 people.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like that you do it in like late January, because to me that's the kickoff to the gaming year.
Yeah, it's true.
Kind of like the way that they consider like the Royal Rumble the start of WrestleMania season. Like to me, Page is now synonymous with the kickoff of the gaming year. And I think it is great because there is a nice staggering until the summer of different conventions that you can go to, and you have the ability to like hang out at. Like, and it's again the embarrassment of riches thing is such a delight from past years to now.
Yeah, right. But that's the point. I mean, it's a conscious decision to stay away from those other three conventions. We're literally on 4 points of the calendar compass, if you will, and that's intentional. I mean, it really is intentional.
Right.
I'm not promising if one of those conventions were to go away tomorrow for whatever reason, God forbid, that, I think Phil and I would have a real discussion like, hey, North Texas isn't running in June anymore. Do we want to look at June? And we may not do it, but the reason we didn't look at June is because North Texas was in June.
Yeah, fair point.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's
my birthday month too.
Listen, you're 50 years old. There's no more birthday months. You shouldn't even be eating sugary cake on. You know what I mean?
On my birthday. Okay.
All I have to say is it must be hard to figure out when you're going to do a convention because there's only 12 months in the year and there's at least 3 or 4 per month. So it's kind of slim pickings. So it's hard to, I've never done it. I mean, but it would be hard for me to make a decision.
Yeah, it was really hard to find a date that I thought worked for Katahdin Con, just because I didn't want to overlap Mayhem. I didn't want to go up against Game Hole. And I'm just like, I got lucky to find the weekend that I did. And to answer your question from earlier, Jen, August 8th, our games registration starts.
August 8th. Okay.
I may move that up a little bit. I will keep you posted if I do. So.
Okay.
Do you have like special gold badges or anything like that, or like?
I have early bird badges that I
early bird. Do. Okay.
I was going to do a VIP badge, but I've already amassed enough of a break-even cost.
Yep.
That I've come up with that to do the VIP packs would just have added a whole other intangible to it that I think is better suited for maybe year 2.
Sure.
When I have my feet more on the ground with what I'm doing and all that. And
no, but early bird sounds great.
Yeah.
I'm glad we mentioned it so people know.
Yep. Trying to think if there's anything else I've left off. I wrote down a few notes and yeah. I don't think I have.
Yeah, I will say this, and I want to mention it because there are a lot of people who are here do go to Page every year. Bro, that arcade across the street, great way to kill some time. In between, like, waiting to go to dinner, not ready for a game at the hotel yet. Like, a bunch of us went to that arcade, man. I had such a great time at Page this year, man. I had a blast.
We you know what? We're I'm so excited about the direction Page is. It continues to evolve. This year on Wednesday night for the special guests or gold badge holders or supporting patrons, we've got exclusive use of one of the theaters in the movie theater across the street there.
Oh, nice!
And we're going to be having 2 showings of Conan the Barbarian on the big screen there.
Nice.
Okay, then you couple that with we've got Jim Zub on the guest list, and we've got
those good people. Yeah.
Jeffrey Shanks is there, and you've got Matt John, who wrote the Conan, the most recent Conan RPG, and we've got Sean Curley from the Conan the Barbarian YouTube channel. I mean, there's a whole YouTube vibe going on, and it's going to be a lot of fun this year. And we're just going to keep trying to do stuff a little different. That's all.
It's a lot of fun every year.
Oh yeah, but we can't rest on our laurels.
That's true.
We have to continually try to add.
Even though the mountain laurel is the state flower of Pennsylvania.
Oh, don't tell my sister.
Yeah, but we're not resting on it, though.
Pork roll is the state meat of New Jersey.
Oh.
I think isn't that official though? Is that an official thing? Did they take an actual vote on that? Sometimes they do goofy stuff.
It depends. It definitely. It depends. There was a point where I think the Rolling Stones came through town and Mick Jagger walked into the TikTok Diner in Clifton, New Jersey, down the block from MetLife Stadium, and he ordered a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. And I said, well, if Mick says it's a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwich, it's a Taylor ham, egg, and cheese sandwich. So, I mean,
listen,
Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
Listen, Roger Daltrey says it's pork roll.
Killing me, man. Ron's killing me.
Yeah. There's probably some people in the chat that don't even know what it even is. because it's
there's some people on the stream that don't know what it is.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying in the chat. It's a very salty, highly processed, thinly sliced meat.
It's good. What is this? What is this? Our outreach and special guest coordinator Jen Glazer says Ron is doing cosplay.
I guess you got signed up.
Awesome. Well, are you dressing up as Conan?
No, I'm not dressing up as Conan.
No, Red Sonja.
Yeah, there you go.
Ron, we'll get you some gold bond that chainmail bikinis.
I'll help pay for that outfit if you wear a Red Sonja outfit.
Listen,
I want pictures.
I'm a fat guy. There's plenty of gold bond in my saddlebags. So, somebody says Frank Sinatra says it's pork roll. There you go.
He doesn't say it anymore.
I have a hard time denying the chairman of the board, but I will say it's Taylor ham. And yes, Jen, I don't eat ham. I eat all of the pork products. Ham, I just can't eat ham. I don't like the texture. I don't like the flavor. But bacon, sausages, ribs, pork chops, especially pork chops. But man,
yeah,
that's what I had today. Yeah.
I like ham, but it's just too salty.
I don't know. You know, at the Meister Jennings household, you know, we generally raise pigs,
right?
And then we, you know, they're in the freezer now. But yeah, and it's funny because Jen doesn't really eat a lot of meat, but she will eat the hell out of some bacon.
Listen, everyone loves bacon.
Yeah.
Bacon's tasty.
It's the candy of meat.
There's no denying it.
I actually got to taste some of that pig when I went to your house.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
I've had some of the farm raised pork there.
It was good. Really good.
Pickles is cosplaying as Conan.
Awesome.
I'm just glad that we're monetizing the pet badges this year. The pet badges, there's a fee associated with pet badges at Page this year.
I didn't even know pet badges were a thing.
They are now, yeah. Now that I see an opportunity, they're a thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Let's see. There's my Jennifer. Bacon. Yes, she loves her bacon. So yeah. So what questions do we have from our chat room here for our two guests? I'm sure we have a bunch of them. Let's start shooting them there. Pickles is comped as a special guest. Pickles pooped on the floor. Let's call it what it is.
Well, come on. Pickles had his own shirt. Stickers.
I mean, Pickles and Mike Nistel are in an elite category.
Wow. Damn, did you? Wow.
What did I say?
You know what you said.
Listen.
Anyway, what kind of comments do we have from
I tell a lot of jokes. You know what I mean? I do. Hey, have you two guys heard about?
Oh no.
What's happened with?
No, don't even say it.
That the FBI arrested Henry Winkler today?
Stop. Just stop. It was a Fonzie scheme.
Oh my God. I was like, don't say that, man. Please, not Henry Winkler. They can't have Henry Winkler too.
Wow. I actually told that joke to my principal today because it popped into my head. Because now, as I've heard it so many times, I feel like it's like I have dreams about it. It's like,
is that why you got suspended?
I slipped the joke in tonight into my D&D game. It's like the ninth session in a row. It's surfaced. So,
yeah, and they're like running for the hills every time they get a whiff of it. They're like,
is that how you end the session to make everybody go home? You start telling your dad jokes.
All right. Somebody using a pseudonym StabberGenAZ asks, what is your favorite name you made for one of your characters?
So I will say this: when I started playing DCC, what I used to like to do is when I do the funnel, I'd find like a group of 4. So I'd have like the Ghostbusters, I'd have the Rat Pack, I'd have all the Stooges and the other Stooge, things like that. But more recently, when we did the game at EcclesiaCon, my wife's character was named Barb Bone Crusher, and the whole time she just stayed in a Midwestern accent and talked about like giving hot dish to the enemies, and it was fantastic. So I tend to think that she has the better names for the characters when they get created than I do.
My God, look at this commiserating going on in the chat room. There's my wife over my humor, my dry, witty humor,
or lack of.
and here's my convention wife. If I can get it.
I thought that was Phil.
No. I don't know what's going on here. Hold on. Yeah, there's my convention wife commiserating with my actual wife. It's terrible.
Hey,
There's Joey Dossel there.
All right. Yeah. Joey and I are going to drive down together.
Joey Dossel.
First tier
Interestingly-
artist. And
I
myself.
actually got him to do some art, and he actually sent me money for it.
Sent
I'm not-
you money for art that he did.
Yeah, he meant to invoice me, but he accidentally sent me the money.
Oh.
He's never going to see that money again. I'll get it to him the day before Concoction.
So can you tell us a little bit about the vendors that have signed up so far?
Sure. I've got got my local game store, Crossroad Games. I've got a local 3D printer that is going through a branding change that is currently called 3D Space Garden. Duck and Crow Press is coming up.
That guy Dale is a cool dude.
Yep, he is really cool. Oh boy, put me on the spot. Now I'm drawing a blank. I could have rattled off almost every vendor, and some of the special guests are vending. Northwind Adventures, Orange Cat Studios.
Those guys from Orange Cat. Jeez,
You got to watch out for them. They're trouble.
Speaking of Orange Cat games. Chet, go ahead and share that up there.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if I can get it back up.
No, this is a PG show, Chet. Jen, look at Jen hammering those beers. Oh my God.
It's polar.
She just blew that thing out. Look at oh my God.
Hey, I have to keep hydrated. I take blood pressure meds.
Okay. So here's a bit of artwork that's going to be on the front of an adventure log that Orange Cat Games is coming out with. And
this was a small black and white illustration that appeared in the module Tomb of the Ancient Moor King, written by Ron Meisker. And then we decided to color it in, and it's going to be on the cover of the logbook that Ron would like to talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about it once we get all the questions in. Once we get all the questions in for the guests, we have a few other questions here.
I think Matt Archibald just asked if there's going to be a Phil Wirt plushie. Is that something that's
limited edition? Handstone.
You know
Is
what?
that like a blow up doll?
I found some new old stock of Mr. Magoo toys in a toy warehouse up north. I think we can make them work for Phil plushies. I really do.
We actually need a Pickles plushie.
Ooh.
I think that would sell.
Well,
that would sell.
I'll talk to our plushie person. We like to do things, handcrafted in the USA, and that's what we did with our Philly cheesesteak plushie last year. we'll talk to.
Don't jump on that.
I believe the company's name. It's a cat. It doesn't understand what you're saying.
The Snuggly
She understands exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
Cats are not stupid.
The Snuggly Seamstress. We'll talk to her in a couple of months, and we'll see if she can do some Pickles plushies. If not, I'm sure she can manage some Pickles dropping plushies for us. We do have some questions here, though. Neil wants to know if there's going to be DCC at
Katahdin
Con.
You were getting it. I'm not 100% sure yet. I talked to Craig Langrell, who's the East Coast Con rep, when I was at Rising Phoenix, and he potentially has a conflict that weekend, but it doesn't mean anyone couldn't run it. I would love to have some folks run some DCC, as it's one of my favorite games. And yes, Duck and Crow is a great guy. Dale is awesome.
I'm really excited for Crossroad Games. I met them at Rising Phoenix a couple of years ago, or maybe it was the other one. And we bought so much from them.
Brendan and his crew are awesome. They've been around for about 27 years.
How about Noel Prohl? Is he going to be at Katahdin Con?
Not yet, that I know of.
Okay, that just
yeah. Well, talk to me later, Dave, and I'll connect you with Noel if you'd like.
Cool.
Unless you're already connected on Facebook, I'm not sure.
I don't believe we are.
Okay, great artist, does some great stuff.
Yeah, Speaking of artists, I've got to give Chet a huge thank you for introducing me to the con artist that sounds horrible to say it that way. The artist for the convention, Michael Greer. Thank you so much. He has been invaluable to
Michael Greer, also known as the Northern Thunder. That was a name given to him by Ian McCarty.
Ian comes up with
if
some
you know,
great
you
know.
Let's see. We have a few
so looks like there's a question from me on the screen here.
Yeah,
from Wes, what over-the-top add-ons do you have for your backer kit campaign? Something like making an entire mall from scratch in 3 days, complete with a brochure. Nothing that crazy this time, Wes. For those who might not know, Brian Shutter and I, we created a game called Zombie Brain Eaters, and we did one where you're escaping like my hometown, and then while we were at ShireCon, we were shooting the breeze outside with some friends, and it started rolling into a concept about doing it with mall Santas, and the next thing you know, we banged out a book called Seasons Eatings that has 66 playable stores inside of it, and the map is the Menlo Park Mall from like 1993. We reskinned it, and you have all the different stores in there. It's a full-on mall directory. I think I just lost my mind briefly when I just started coming. Him and I were just we made a mall, a whole mall.
Did you have stores like Walden's Bookstore and stuff like that?
Yes, but we changed all the names. So you start off in the local See You Next Tuesday franchise. They were TGI Fridays, but they lost the rights. And then you're going into like different shops, like Macy's is Marcy's. Things like that. And so, instead of B. Dalton Booksellers, it was S. Horvath Booksellers, things like, so you all the stores that and love from a mall, especially in a mall in like the late 80s, early 90s is there, but just with a little, little twist,
Yeah.
That's great.
There was I forgot what we called the hot topic, but it was something like goth something or other. And, the sign above the thing said it's not a phase, Mom. So we had a lot of fun with it.
I love the name Seasons Eatings.
Yeah, that was my wife Sally came up with that.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, you got to give my wife credit for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She's.
Now, did you get the Ravenloft picture for her?
Oh, it's for both of us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. We,
But she got it right. She got the concept.
Oh yeah, no, she's
okay.
Our
cool.
apartment is full of art, and it's always a shared space that we have all of our different combined art that we both love, and it just kind of all blends together seamlessly. But when I saw the count at Strahd, I was like, all right, well, here's some money, Chet.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, no, for Of Harmonious Nature, the only thing that we, obviously we're doing 2 books. One book that's just a straight dungeon crawl. The other is, a full on, like a full module. But, we did make the 3D printed Prastervem, which is the big bad. And we're actually like working behind the scenes on packaging for it, trying to make like a real cool package for it. So when people get it, they get the real reaction instead of just like a little box where it'll be wrapped up in like bubble wrap.
Yeah.
We have another question here. Somebody's asking to know more about the vendors.
Okay. So in addition to the folks that I've already named off, I also have Legendary Wares coming. They make some really cool dice-shaped dice bags. Shea Geek Soaps, Crooked Tail Crafts, Luke Beatrice Artist, who is an artist, Meldar 16 Games, Adventures Await Studios, and I had a couple more folks registered today. I have Sean Pogue. He is a historical author. He's coming up, and he's got a really cool setup. He's got a tent, and he wears armor and all this stuff, so that's going to be really cool. Let's see. Castle Entertainment. That
Carlos Slicing?
Yeah.
Carlos Slicing. He's coming
awesome.
over.
I love Carlos.
I'm not sure what's going to happen in terms of him vending, but Diogo Nogueira is coming over. I don't know if he's going to be setting up anything for his brand or anything from White Wolf. He may just be hanging out and running games. I already said Northwind Adventures. And I've got more. I'm just drawing a blank. I think
you have a 3rd-tier artist, don't you?
I do. This guy named Chet.
You remember my last name? No.
Oh, God. I know what your last name is. I'm just being a wise guy.
No, I know.
Quit being such a badminton there, Chet.
Yeah, badminton.
Oh, God. Parallel Dimension Gaming. I forgot all about that. Ed Nagy is coming.
That's
Tom
cool.
Wilson.
Yep. Edwin.
Tom Wilson with Throwy is coming up. And yeah, I've got more, and I'm just drawing a blank, and someone's going to call me out. And Al Spader is going to be there. That is correct. I just saw that. Dang, I'm missing. Yeah, I feel horrible. Anybody that I have missed, I apologize. I've been up since 4 a.m, so
I feel your pain.
My brain is a little mushy. Let me see. I'm going to hop over to the Facebook page and see who I have missed on my special.
Do you have any vendors selling chainmail things?
Off the top of my head, I don't think so. I've also got Josh Yoder and Peter Rooney coming up. Josh has Crimson Adder Games, and then Peter, Revenant Cowboy Press is coming up. He put out What Lurks Between the Trees, which is a cool little national park themed game.
That sounds
let's see, Dave Ward, this guy with a wizard hat that's got this otter in his logo. I just scrolled by him. I don't know who that guy is. And sorry, Chad, I got to be a wise guy.
No,
and that
did
is
not take offense.
Ian McGarty, Ron. I've got Judge Foxy, previously of Goodman Games. And off the top of my head, I think that's it.
Noel.
All right, Noel.
Noel says he can't do it.
Yeah, I forgot about Salem. Yeah.
Neil says he'll run DCC for you there.
Nice. That would be awesome.
You don't have any footage of Neil, do you? Show me what Neil does when he's running.
If I can get back to the main screen, it'd be wonderful. There we go. Yeah, I was just going to end the show. I was going to end the show quickly. Let's see what else we have here. Charles Maxon. Somebody's asking if Grimwood Games is going to be there.
Yes, Grimwood Games will be there. Dave Ward. And there's also Mythic Portal Games is another one that I left off that will be there. Yeah. And I'm just going to try to keep on adding. We've got a lot of room to fill up. So.
Oh, great.
Sounds like it's going to be a great convention.
So are you looking for more vendors?
I am. I'm not looking for any more like retail vendors, I guess would be like game stores. But I am looking for more artists, more indie publishers, stuff like that.
I have a crafter who's like an hour from you.
That would be awesome. I would love the invite.
I'll see if they're available.
Cool.
All right.
I'm sure I can find you some more.
That would be fabulous.
I'm part of a vendor network group, so I'll put out the word.
All right. So let's put this up on the screen here real quick.
What are you putting up on the screen?
If it'll let me do it. You can do it. Jeez.
Here we are.
There we are. So, John, tell us a little bit. When's this supposed to fill? It's supposed to fill by December?
Yeah, so PDFs in December, physical hopefully shortly after, but it's, as anyone who's in the hobby knows, you're at the whimsy of the printers, but we're planning on having the PDF in hand in December for people, and then January for physical copies.
All right.
So awesome.
We'll get this.
Well, I'm excited. I love horror stuff.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, we're having a blast with it. Of Our Harmonious Nature is just about to go off to edit. That's done being written. I had a great session today with Levi talking about we designed the dungeon and kind of landed on what the story beat is going to be for Nothing Left to Lose. So now we just have to write that up and then send that off to edit. And once they get edited, I'm just going to start laying them out and just getting them all square, getting them all situated so we could turn them around.
And so do you do your own layouts?
So for certain things, for the most part, we use Fossey, Tracy Steele, Fossey. Yep. So she's laying out the Sickest Witch. She's doing Avon by the Sea. Then she's going to be doing the 3-2-1 RPG rule book. So to not put more on that plate, I'm laying out the Shadow Dark books myself, and I've laid out Daisy.
I heard a rumor somebody put some stuff on her plate and got it moved to the top of the list.
I mean, I don't know about that particularly, but we'll we'll see what happens. She's definitely doing work for us, and hopefully you too. She's the best. But yeah, so but like something like a Shadow Dark thing, I feel comfortable enough to do, and I know enough people I can ask them questions, and you know, I like doing it. I like doing the layout for that stuff. But and also thank you, Blah Face. I like Shadow Dark too. How do I add tension to make a game more horrific? That's a fantastic question. And actually, before I get into that, Jen, did you have a question before?
I did. I was just wondering, how long did it take you to write those 2 modules?
Well, the ones being written, the Of a Harmonious Nature took Levi and I about a month. It was just between different things we were working on.
Yeah.
It took us about a month, but then like you got to go through, you got to play test, you got to go through a refining process, you got to go and do revisions, and then it gets off to edit. But everything does take a little longer than you would think. But Levi and I, we work really great together, so we're able to kind of switch something around really quick. So, tension to make a game more horrific. It's harder to do in things like 5th edition, where everyone's kind of a superhero, and very hard to kill. But when you look at stuff like Shadow Dark and other OSR style games, tension can be added by sound, by the lack of sound, odd smells, temperature drops and temperature changes, silence, lack of noise. And you could also do it in a way where you're leading someone into a place that's kind of unknown to them and building into the idea that there's a certain powerlessness that comes from what they're facing, which is seemingly insurmountable, but giving them the opportunity to overcome that. It's finding a way to isolate them and take a seemingly like mundane encounter and make it seem like it's an unwinnable situation, but just forcing the players to work through it a little more to get out of it, because they're always going to figure it out. Eventually they're going to figure it out, but once they have that moment of like, this doesn't make sense, and they have to start thinking about it, that's when they start sweating a little bit.
I wanted to bring up something. You mentioned playtesting. How many times do you playtest a module?
It varies. I like to give it like 4 or 5. Like I'll give it one. I'll give it one. See how it goes. See how people respond to it. Then I'll tweak it a little bit. I'll go back, play it again, different groups, see how they respond to it, tweak it, bring it back.
These are play tests you do at different conventions, right?
Well, I'll do my conventions, but I'll also get people. I'll be like, hey, I want to try something out. Who's available? And have people jump on Discord or jump on Zoom, and I'll run the games there with them and try to to see what it takes. But what I like to do is afterwards, like, I take a second to do a debrief to see like, hey, like what worked, what didn't work, what did you like, what did you not like. And people are generally like happy to kind of explain that to you, because you're not going to take offense to it.
Yeah,
You need that feedback. That feedback is priceless, because like there is always that fine line between like wanting to get your own shit in and having a story that you feel like you want to tell versus how it actually is told and how it lands with players. And can that be translated when someone else who's not you runs it at their table? And so usually the players will help you kind of weed out that and make those distinctions. And then you just refine it from there,
Matthew Archibald says he believes you should show dominance in your horror game by killing one of the PCs within the first 6 minutes of the session. I will add that he also believes it's Taylor Ham. So
thank you, Matthew. I will say this: I have not purposely. I mean, the dice do what the dice do, but I've not purposely killed a PC in the first 6 minutes. But I have been known to give you an NPC that you think is important, and I whack them right away to show you that no one is safe. But
Is it Leo Red Tunic? Is that who dies early?
Usually. I think it's, horror is helplessness. Horror is a thing that is a spectrum, and I don't know that there's hard rules to building tension, to giving scares, because everyone's scared of something, and it's not always something you would imagine, so it's the balance of kind of giving the players also the space to get in their own heads about what they think they're encountering, because you're giving them so much, and now they're fantasy booking it in their own heads, and often they'll end up making it far worse than whatever you have planned for them.
Okay.
I can relate with that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's the uncertainty of it,
All right. Ambulance Chaser 3748 asks, do you have other people run the game to see what they think are the key parts for the players?
When I can, I love doing that. It's often harder than you think to get other people to run it for you. Like by and large, and I think some people in the chat, some people on the show will know, like, you kind of fall into the role of forever DM, and getting someone else to kind of, who doesn't normally like run games, to be like, yeah, I'll jump to the other side of the table. It's a longer road than you would think. So yeah, I mean, and I will say that we're going into our 6th year as a publishing company. I genuinely, I have a good enough handle on, I think, what we do and what our style is, and also know that, like, there's no such thing as a sacred cow for us. So if it doesn't work, it gets the boot. We're not precious about things. That if I can't get someone else to run it for me, I will just take the feedback. I'll take it on the chin, and then I will pivot.
Brian Keena says, Jen, you had great ideas about a player navigating in total darkness. I hope to incorporate those ideas in my game.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, and when you do, let me know how it goes.
I don't think he'll leave you in the dark.
Ba-dum-bum.
I know. As bad as Ron, though.
All right. Any other questions for our guests? We've got Ambulance Chaser Joe here. Peter Rooney. Media res is really good way to get the horror going, because they're immediately hitting the panic button. All right.
Yeah, I mean, the cool thing I think about Shadow Dark is that you have a finite supply of light, that once it goes out, it's on. And that is a resource that you have to protect at all costs. If you're trolling around at night, you're trolling around in the dark, like, they're going to start hitting the panic button. Like, when they start to see the torch start to flicker in a way that doesn't mean it's going to last another several hours. So I think that, there is a certain thing that goes along with resource management that also builds into horror as well. I mean, just look at the beginning of the pandemic when everyone was losing their minds over toilet paper. Like, panic can come from anything. So that's a good thought. Hit the panic button, Peter.
I remember yelling at Jen, we have chickens, right? And at the beginning of the pandemic, when they shut down Philadelphia, they're just like, do not come to Philadelphia. They basically outlawed people from going to work. I remember saying to Jen, go get more chickens. And because we ended up getting more chickens right away because we wanted the eggs. Yeah, so there was definitely panic there. Any other questions for our guests tonight? I'm not seeing any more. What I would like to see is people go over the backer kit, and I'm going to put the link to Hambone's project here, please join me and I believe Phil in backing this. I think I don't know. I might have backed it twice. I wasn't sure if I backed it or not, so I just backed it again.
I appreciate it. I will gladly take your money.
That's fine.
And listen, I appreciate everyone. Even people who've backed it, people who've just taken a look at it, people who've downloaded the free PDF preview of it. I'm grateful. The people who've just tried playing it in some of the sessions I've been running to show people how it goes. Thank you. It's a process, being an independent publisher, crowdfunding, constantly trying to hustle for money. It's a long game, and I'm just glad that there's a lot of people out there playing it with us. So thank you all very much.
And please like and share it as well.
Yes, that's always helpful.
All right, here's my wife. We could live on a year just based on our pantry. The real story is a whole chapter in my unfinished farm book. The farm is an F word. Eventually, she'll get that produced.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
Wes Allen asks, Dave, are you going to have press passes, media passes available?
That is actually something that had eluded me, and it's something I do need to make available.
Do it.
Yep.
Do it.
Yep. Because I've had a couple other folks inquire about it, and it's just one of those things that's kind of gone in one ear and out the other. But I
think Wes was trying to change the subject because we knew it was going to go to eggs and egg thieves.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's
thank you for backing it, Peter. Appreciate it.
I think the key is with the media passes, just to give you a little advice, force those who ask for them to detail, like, what's their channel? Are they a blogger? Like, what are they doing? Because you'll get some people, they're just looking to get in for free. And,
right.
They've got 32 followers. And you really have to be, diligent to make sure that they're actual media that's going to result into something.
Yeah, has some impact.
Speaking of eggs, we were able to auction off a dozen eggs at EcclesiaCon for $25, which I thought that was great for the charity. All right. So, okay. John?
Yep.
We're gonna let you go.
Okay.
Folks, I hope you're gonna go over and join us in supporting his project. Let me see what you're up to here.
Oh, actually, let me say one more thing. Guys, you want to support it as well? Come to Concoction and play it live. I got slots. I'm playing on Saturday afternoon. I'm running of a Harmonious Nature. It's going to be a blast. Tabletop events. If you're already here, you know where you're going. Concoction, come hang out with your old buddy HB. I even have pins to give out if you live or if you die, as a little memento for playing the game with me.
That's awesome.
Nice touch.
Yeah,
nice.
It says death. It says death by Hambone or I survived Hambone.
Nice.
All right. Well, you've topped $5,000 on your project here.
Thank God.
You're 51.59 right now. Let's see. Dave, why don't you take us out with your last little pitch to come to Katahdin?
Katahdin.
I'm never going to get this.
You'll get it down by October. So October 24th and 25th in Portland, Maine is Katahdin. It is an RPG and board game convention happening in the great state of Maine. Badges and GM registrations go live tomorrow at noon, as well as the hotel block is going live tomorrow. You should come, have a good time, hoping for 500-600 people. So it's going to be a nice packed house. We've got over 14,000 square feet of gaming space, and it's going to be a good time. You should come up, check it out, and hang with us and play some games.
All right. Well, we're gonna let you guys go. John, just on a side note, we should chat tomorrow. I kind of stumbled into something over the past few weeks that I think would be right up your alley.
Yeah, I'm honestly I'm around all day, so just hit me up.
I will. You got it. Okay.
I tend to, just so you know, I tend to nap at the same time Chet does. So
that's all day.
Chet does a lot of napping.
Just hit me up anytime tomorrow, Ron. I'm around. Thank you.
Okay, I will. All right, guys. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Good night. See you later.
All right, guys. We're going to we got a little bit of business here. First and foremost, first on our agenda. Dr. Emily Zarka is going to be with us at Page. If you didn't catch this
Announcement,
Emily Zarka is the host of PBS's Monstrum, which she's a folklore and literature expert who presents on PBS's digital platform. It's got 1.1 million followers, and she's going to be with us all convention long. The show is absolutely out of sight, and I've got a little bit of a preview of her schedule and some of the things she's going to be doing at Page. One, we have a very cool Weird Tales magazine panel discussion about how the writers and contributors to Weird Tales back in the 20s and 30s are still impacting pop culture, literature, and role-playing games today, and how the impact that they've had on those. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Weird Tales, people like Lovecraft and Robert E. Howard and Edgar Rice Burroughs were key contributors to that. And they're obviously people who have a big impact on role-playing games and things like that. So she's going to be joining Jim Zub, Sean Curley, Jeff Shanks, and Matt John on a panel discussion for that. She's also going to be in a live play game, though she's very, 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 very role-playing game curious. She really hasn't been exposed to it that much, even though she's constantly referring to role-playing games on her program to describe how monsters are still existing in pop culture, and referring to D&D and Pathfinder and things like that as part of her research. So she's really excited about it. I can tell you that it will be OD&D. So she's going to start her role-playing game career by playing original Dungeons and Dragons rules as written. I'm not going to tell you who the DM for that's going to be, but it's going to be quite exciting when people find out. And Phil and I are going to be revealing that soon.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, she's going to take the first edition Monster Manual. She's going to go through it, and she's going to put certain monsters up on the screen during a presentation and discuss the actual origins and legends surrounding those monsters in on this planet. She's going to give us a bit of information that we don't know, and she's also going to be involved in a monster build a monster workshop, and we're going to partner her with other creatives and have and during this workshop you'll actually be making monsters cooperatively, and she'll be there lending her expertise as a monster expert to this.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, and she's also going to be talking about her book, which will be coming out right around that time. She's putting out something called A Field Guide to Cryptids, and she's going to play in a live play Conan RPG game with some of the Conan folks I mentioned earlier. So it's going to be trial by fire with her. We're going to put her in some beginners games, and she's really game to do all this. And I can tell you she's super excited about presenting at the convention, and we're very excited to have her. My wife and I are huge fans of the program, and on a, on kind of like we sent a flyer and on a flyer, we asked her if she wanted to be a guest, and sure enough, she got back to us the same day and was really excited about it. So pretty happy about having her there. And, as my wife says, love me some Dr. Z. Wes says she's claiming her for the interview booth.
I've seen her show. She's great.
Yeah, she's outstanding. She's outstanding and very, very knowledgeable. And, she helps open my eyes to take a different look at monsters and legends that I'm very familiar with, but she's also introduced me to some monsters and legends that I wasn't familiar with, and it helps make my games better for sure. So she brings a lot to the table, and we're really happy to have her there. My wife says Zarka's book is like Barlow's Guide to Extraterrestrials, but for monsters. That's right. All right, Phil, what do you have?
Let's see. I was looking at some stuff here. I need to go back to it real quick. Just a couple reminders for some folks. If you missed, we've announced at the door pricing for Concoction badges. So, if you want to avoid having to pay a premium, you want to get your badge now, because we will be bumping those up a little bit at the door. But if you're unsure of your schedule, of course, that's still an option for you. We did announce Cosplay Jesus as a special guest at Concoction, who was
Vineland's own Cosplay Jesus. He's from Vineland.
Oh,
by way of Nazareth.
Exactly right. Yeah. As one Jesus naturally does, is eventually settle in New Jersey.
Yes.
So Cosplay Jesus will be there. What else do we have going on? The first 650 attendees through the door will receive a Concoction decal, which will have the beholder, the Concoction Vineland, New Jersey, or the main logo. You can get a decal of that if you are one of the first 650, which at this point will likely be everybody so far that's signed up.
The beholder has a name, Phil.
I don't think I knew that. Is it?
Her name is Connie. That's
Connie.
What the vote came out to be.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Connie.
Connie. Oh,
Connie. All right. Well, a decal of Connie, the beholder.
I thought Eileen was the best.
It's interesting. Somebody brings up, you break down the mythological meaning of gritty. The builder of the gritty costume attends page. That's Ron D Productions, the puppet fabricator who's at page. She also built gritty. So, that should be.
Are you talking about the puppet maker who made the puppet that mouthed off to you?
It didn't mouth off to me. It insulted some woman's hairstyle. Yes, and then the puppet had to be ejected from the convention. Yeah. I went over and, had a talk with the handler, and the handler said it was the puppet and was serious. That made as much sense to me at the time as the idea that if we bar generative AI, that you can't get business cards.
Yeah, that's a deep cut, folks. If you saw an announcement with regard to Page's policy about AI, there was a little bit of a back and forth in the comments. That's what that's about.
I'm absolutely sure, Wes, that we can get Ronnie DeFalco into the interview from Ron Productions. She's a very talented in what she does, for sure, and a very nice person. Zarko could have a field day with Gritty. Its color alone is worth a PhD paper.
Well, hopefully,
And that's a sports mascot or something like that.
It's the Flyers mascot, correct?
And that's what sport?
What?
Flyers? Is that hockey?
Yes.
yes,
I don't know.
yes. It's hot.
Actually, I think Gritty. Does Gritty resemble anybody who is on this program? Do we think Gritty resembles anybody who is sometimes on the program?
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out right now.
Who's on the program who has long red hair and a beard?
Long red hair. Definitely not me.
Not me.
It's not me.
It's not me.
Oh, get out of here.
I don't have long red hair anymore.
Well, now instead of cinnamon, you're
It's cinnamon and sugar,
sugar.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a little red.
You're very Gritty type. I mean,
Yeah.
can you deny that?
You want me to do the Neil thing?
Do you deny that there's an uncanny resemblance, Chet?
Doesn't have the nose.
Well,
It needs like I'm probably closer to Snuffleupagus than Gritty. That's what they used to call me on the bus when I was a kid.
Hi, Big Bird.
They called you Snuffleupagus?
And then at Christmas they'd sing Chestnuts roasting over the open fire. And I'd cry and run to my mom and she's like, suck it up.
Snuffy used to be my favorite character on that show.
Sometimes I room with Chet at conventions. And
he still won't do yoga with me.
I wake up in the middle of the night and this is what I see staring at me. Oh my God.
You awake, dude? You awake?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Looked like you were having a dream.
Yeah. That's not true because there's no CPAP mask on that face.
I just take the hotel chair and I sit right next to his pillow.
Yeah. Do you rub his forehead too while he's slumbering?
You guys are too bad.
Ed Lopez says that thing is terrifying. Chet's right here. Wes Allen's leaving us. Everybody check their pockets.
All right. Oh,
make sure.
You know what I'm missing? My Ecclesiacon award.
Oh yeah. You can't find that piece of paper?
No, I have it.
Is it right next to the Rising Phoenix Artist of the Year award?
Yes, it is. Oh, Ron, you're bad.
Oh man. All right. What else do we have? Event submissions are open for page, folks. If you didn't know that.
No, I did not know that, Ron.
I need to get my submission in.
So if we're you got to have Neil added to that.
Listen, you never know where that Neil video is going to pop up. Yes, Neil, you should submit an event, specifically a DCC event for sure.
Or two.
Look, Wes, Ed Lopez says, Wes, do you need to file a temporary restraining order to stop the egg reference? Yeah, where would he find a qualified lawyer to file a TRO for him? Oh, my goodness.
LegalZoom.com.
I don't know. All right. I think that's all we have, other than we're going to give away some Frog God game stuff, right?
All right.
Frog God? We haven't done Frog God in a while.
We haven't. Well, nobody ever gets it.
Was it Troll Lord? Is it Troll Lord or Frog God?
Oh, it's Troll Lord.
Oops, sorry. Whoa!
That's why I want to be specific.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, it's definitely Troll Lord. Definitely Troll Lord.
It's Frog God adjacent.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's
why is Jen Glazer sending me knife emojis right now?
Because she loves you.
Let me know when we get the parallel dimension coupons.
I don't know. Let's let them get their feet under them first.
Yeah, they got a new Kickstarter out today too.
Do they?
Yep.
All right. So Chet, there's a question for Chet. No Prole asks, Chet Mitten, how have you not put together a piece yet of dancing Neil as an ogre or?
Oh, Ron got frozen. He can't finish the question. Oh, you're frozen for a moment.
No Prole asks, how have you not put together a piece yet of dancing Neil as an ogre?
Well, Neil is my friend, and I'm not going to go there unless Neil wants me to go there.
Or you two guys are rooming together at Concoction.
We are, yeah.
Who knows where it's going to go?
Yeah. Hey, what happens at Concoction stays at Concoction. You think that one video is...
You can't have Concoction without... Never mind. Yeah. Ed Lopez, Esquire, says, yeah, I'd have to refer him to another attorney. Neil says he wants some Troll Lord game stuff. He's just storing up all these coupons, and then he's going to buy stock in the company. I got my Parallel Dimension Kickstarter in the mail today. That's great. I think they owe me one. Jen. All right. Do you get anything for running games? You get gratitude.
Old pat on the back.
You already have the top badge. You don't want to give that up. You don't want to give up a top badge because then, the DM badge is less access to stuff.
You're going to get a Concoction decal.
Neil says, There will be no Ogre Neil.
No Ogre Neil. Okay.
Actually, it's no Org Neil. It's no Orgy Neil.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, there will be no Orgy Neil either. Not a concoction.
Concoction's just around the corner.
Hey.
You can't say concoction without saying...
Yeah.
Orgy.
Hey, if there's an orgy in the room, just put a sock on the door, Neil, so I know.
We're a little short on volunteers. We're going to be bringing in Deb as a volunteer, chat. Just so you know, we need the help. We need some extra help. Chet's like, I will not break. I will not break. I will not honor. I will not do anything to continue this abuse.
Well, are we going to ask that question for the gift card? Or are we going to hold off?
Chet, we're going to let you ask the question tonight.
Oh, jeez. Let's see.
Yes, Philadelphia has a hockey team.
Yeah. What's that sandwich in New Jersey called in southern New Jersey?
Oh, look at this. Stay
strong, Chet. Yeah, I have some support. It's a good woman, constantly taking care of Ron.
Oh, jeez.
Very needy guy. Complains about everything, too. Oh, that lamination job sucks.
Uh-oh, it's been repeated. No Ogre Neil.
Okay.
Okay, so does that mean the orgy's back on?
Well, poor Neil.
Neil tired. Neil can't smell. Ugh. Okay.
That sounds like an ogre right there.
I have a good question.
All right.
Name 5 game companies that Jen Glazer has been associated with. If you can name 4 of 5, the first one to name 4 or 5, we'll give you a $25 Troll Lord Games gift card.
I know 4.
I can think of 2.
I can think of 4. Hold on.
Program presenters not eligible to win.
No, I know that. I'm thinking in my head.
I'm trying to think. I don't even know. I don't think I could get it right.
There's 5.
Oh, I could get 3. I got 3.
There's 5 companies that I can think of. Anybody? Any guesses on that?
Well, Neil's got 1 in the chat.
He's got 1 guess. I'm not confirming that's correct. Anybody else with a guess? We're going to give it 60 seconds.
Easier questions, please, says Jen.
Question going once. And by the way, folks, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like and a comment on YouTube. Big help. We're slowly grinding towards 1,000 subscribers. We'd like to hit that number.
You're breaking up, Ron.
I'm breaking up.
Mhm.
Your voice.
Really?
Yeah, it's a little choppy.
Wow, that's surprising.
I think your mic was just lower or something.
Okay. How about now?
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay. All right. I don't think anybody got the question. Troll Lord Games keeps his $25. 5 game companies that Jen Glazer has been in one way or another associated with. Parallel Dimension Gaming. Frog God Games. Orange Cat Games. Necromancer Games.
Yeah.
Lesser Gnome.
Oh, that's right.
Lesser Gnome. I don't even know that company. Lesser Gnome. I don't even know it.
Yeah, Lloyd Metcalf was doing a lot of art for them.
Got it. Yeah. I actually have I have a few of their modules. They're not bad. It was Zach and Edwin mostly, right? Writing, I believe. But yeah, no. Excellent.
All right.
All right. So nobody got it. No winner this week. Troll Lord Games keeps their money. Steve Chanot likes that. He's very thrifty. Oh, let me think of what else. Oh, we should mention the first 200 plus people who come through the door at Concoction also will get a copy of Mutants Down Under from our friends at Palladium Books. And I can't say enough what a great partner that Kevin Sambieta has been to Page and Concoction. Wonderful person. And see, this is what I deal with. She says Ed got it. No, he didn't get it. He's got 3 correct. Jennifer. Okay. He's been a great, and Chet, I did ask him about what you asked me about, and he's working on it.
Oh, excellent.
Okay.
I will be first in line for him to sign some of my artwork.
Oh, there
for
you
our
go.
shared artwork.
Hey, Chet, do you have that poster printed out?
Yeah.
Can you show me?
Oh no, I have to change the center photo.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to take the doctor part out. It's going to be Dr. Chet Minton. I know, another under the table private joke.
Keith wants to know if vendors count in that giveaway. Yes, we will. If you have a badge, we will give you an item when you come in.
I was going to ask the same thing offline, but
yes. Yes. And speaking of that, speaking of nice people and nice exhibitors and supporters of Page and Concoction, the Dice Goblin out in Mountjoy, Pennsylvania, really great. Love you guys. I wish I could get out there more, honestly, but I am going to try to sneak out there over the next week or so and come see you in the store and check things out again there. So
better have your palm cards out or he's going to flip.
No, they don't have them because I haven't gotten out there.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you a place we do have palm cards for Page right now. The newly opened location for Top Deck Games in Philadelphia in the old Red Cap's Corner Space. I was there today, and they put up our poster, and it's great to see, and it's great to see a real game store in Philadelphia. So, Philadelphia definitely needed a good game store. Not to say that our friends over at the Philly Game Shop aren't a great game store. They are, but need more than one. So, Dice Goblin's candle business is fabulous too. Barbara says we gave out all our concoction cards. Okay, well, maybe I'll get out there and get you some more. Concoction's registrations at what right now, Phil? What are we up to here? 580 something.
Something like that. I had it in a tab.
583.
Nice.
583. It's actually outpacing Page right now, though we know it's very early for Page.
Yeah.
So,
still good news.
How many vendors at Concoction?
There's 48 spaces, but some of them are taking up more than one space. So, like you, for example.
Mm-hmm.
So, probably around 40.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. We're at 551 for Page, which is about 100 ahead of where we were at this time last year. Great. So, of course, that turns up exponentially come summer. So, we'll looking forward to it. So, one last thing before we go, let's look at the T-shirts we're wearing tonight. Chet's got North Texas RPG Con. Phil, what do you have?
Inhumanoids.
Inhumanoids. Jen, what's on your shirt there? It's
Pixels.
It's a D12.
Yeah, and it's Pixels dice.
Okay. And I have on a shirt that is Dumpster Fire Response Team.
Oh, there you go.
So you respond to all your own fires you set?
Yes, exactly right. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Listen, if you're coming to Concoction, get your badges soon. As Phil said earlier, our pre-registration pricing is cheaper than the at-the-door pricing, and our pre-registration pricing is going to end on the 20th. So, you could still get your badge online, but you're not going to be able to. You're going to be paying the at-the-door price after the 20th. So get your badge now, or your badges now online, and get your events in for Page. Events are open, and a lot of people have turned in events so far, and get your seminars in and the whole bit. And one last thing. If you have games and stuff you want to sell, we still have some tables available at our flea market on Saturday. So let's, grab up those tables. They're $20. They're really cheap. And, let's make the flea market epic at Page. Phil and Jen and Chet, you want to take us out in whatever order you want?
Sure. Folks, thanks for joining us, as always. I'm unsure who the guests are for next week. I don't know if we sell that yet.
You know what? I do know who they are. Give me a second, and I'll tell you. One is Kevin Borup. I know that.
Okay.
Smurfs
RPG fame.
Yes,
just delivered them.
I know. I'm excited. I can't wait. I can't wait until I invite all, I tell all our players our next D&D session is on such and such a date. When they walk in, they have blank Smurfs RPG character sheets in front of them.
Nice.
You're going to run it like Conan, though.
Yeah.
That sounds disingenuous.
That's it. Yeah. Go ahead. Take us out. We'll start with Phil, then Chet, and then Jen. We'll put everybody to bed.
All right. Well, at least we've got one guest we just mentioned. We'll find out who the other likely person is later on in the week. But with that, friends, have a good weekend, and we will see you next Friday.
And thank you for having me on again. It's always nice to join the crew here and share some laughs and talk about role-playing games and conventions. And have a good weekend, everyone.
And enjoy the weather. I heard it's supposed to be a good weekend. And with that, we will see you next week. Same time, same place.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
We're still live.